I have to do the handheld microphone. I'm hijacking Guy Lane's booth here. How are you, man?
Good, mate. How you going?
Good. How do you find all this?
I love it. I think it's the place is full of energy. It's full of youth. It's full of optimism, and it's full of people who have got money in their pocket looking to buy products.
Yeah. I like that the atmosphere is like you can just kind of everyone's here to have fun. And
Yeah.
To meet people and
Yeah.
like you can just kind of go and engage anyone and sit behind your store and talk rubbish with them.
Absolutely.
Everyone's so open to meeting, making new friends.
That's it. Everyone's open to meeting new people and having, easygoing conversations. So that's a great venue.
You go to a concert or some other big events, it's not, you don't always get that.
Exactly. Yeah.
People are there to do their own thing.
Yeah.
They're not really looking to have fun or to have that atmosphere, that party atmosphere.
Yeah.
And there's no limit to how weird you can be here too.
Well, I mean, let's face it.
So
I've been trying to pitch to people, hey, this is my book about the trillionaire spaceman, and the guy's wearing a Darth Vader mask. It's very difficult.
It's all about the trillionaires.
He's like, hey, I'm the trillionaire spaceman. It's a bit difficult to read their, read their emotional state. And there's one guy who was walking around with this thing on. He had the gown was so far down over his eyes, he was tripping over. I said, what are you dressed as? Oh, he said, I'm dressed as the blind Sith Lord. I'm like, oh, well, I'm going to get a sale out of this guy, am I?
I sold a book yesterday to someone who didn't speak English.
Oh, really?
I was like, what do you read? And she's like, oh, my English is bad. I don't know the English titles. I read in she was from Brazil.
Right.
I was like, oh, okay. But then she bought a book anyway.
Hey, maybe she just liked the cover, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe she wants to learn English.
Or maybe she wants to give it to her auntie that speaks excellent English.
I think of all these things.
She's going to be inventive. Keep coming up with ideas.
This is your first pop culture sort of convention.
This is my first Supanova. I saw Supanova on the Gold Coast in April, and I've been working on 2 or 3 novels that are sort of pretty much complete. And when I came to Supanova and saw that there were self-published authors here, I'm like, wow, that's how you do it. That's a great opportunity. So I got really busy and I completed this work that I've been working on Intervene since May 2010. So I just wrapped it up, tightened it up, packed it up, and here I am launching it.
That's it. I love that cover art.
Can I do a pitch? So Intervene. This is Zem. Zem is the trillionaire spaceman who has come on a mission to save the environment. He never sleeps, and every week he spends $100 billion restructuring the global economy to make it sustainable. Standing in his way is an American oil man called Tom Wayward and a foxy redhead called Megan.
It's a redhead in the way.
Wow. You have to read
way
the
to get
story.
her out of the way.
Well, there's only one way.
Win her over.
Win her over. Give her a blender and the ingredients for a daiquiri, and she'll be happy. That's that particular redhead. Anyway.
It's cool. I like that. What? Billionaire, spending money.
Look, professionally, I'm a sustainability advisor. So I talk to organisations about carbon and climate change and low carbon economy and bio, this and that. And I tell you, in 15 years as a sustainability advisor, being up to date with all the latest thinking on what's going on this planet, I have never once come across a cogent plan to actually fix the planet. Yeah. There is no individual or agency on Earth that is big enough, powerful enough, has got the political clout to actually do what is necessary. Yeah. So I'm thinking, well, that's pretty disempowering. That's not a very powerful story. So I invented the trillionaire spaceman that came to do it.
Yeah, right.
And it's a way of creating this conversation because, hey guys, well, there isn't a trillionaire spaceman, so maybe we need to find a way to get out of this.
Create something like that. Yeah. There you go. It's topical.
A straw man, they call it. You create a fictional character who just isn't there.
There's a gap in humanity.
Yeah.
We need him.
Absolutely.
Well, if you make $1 trillion from this book...
No, well, this is my pledge. I'm going to sell 100,000 copies and I'm going to write another book.
Okay.
100,000 copies.
So you're not going to write another book until 100,000 copies?
Well, that's what I'm saying at the moment.
Well,
who knows? I might slip another one out.
A lot of books, 100,000. That's, I think 10,000 is
bestseller? Like, is what's deemed a bestseller, is that right?
Sounds good to me.
So you'll be like a 10 times bestseller.
Well, I've got to sell them first, of course. Yeah. But look, I think it's an engaging story. It's a little bit of a love story, and it's got some action and violence. The bad guy, the antagonist, Tom Wayward, is a real nasty piece of work. He's raised the Deepwater Horizon. So if you follow environmental news, this was the Gulf of Mexico oil spill in 2010. The rig blew up, killed 11 people, sank 1.5 kilometres down into the Gulf of Mexico and spewed oil for 83 days.
Yeah, I saw that.
100 litres a second. And so this guy, Tom Wayward, is so fixated with petroleum oil that he's gone and spent billions to raise it as a temple to petroleum oil. Meanwhile, the spaceman's come down and he's got this algae oil, which is the logical replacement for petroleum oil.
Yep.
But Tom's, no, I'm not interested in that new stuff. I'm sticking with the old dirty stuff. And so, at the end of the day, he just doesn't come around to the low carbon economy. So, the hammer.
Smackdown.
The only way to deal with guys like that.
Yeah, definitely. Very cool.
And I've worked in the oil industry, so again, I'm speaking from some experience.
I like that you've got some experience on this. Do you still work in that industry, or do you?
No, I was in the oil industry for a couple of years in my 20s. So it was a great job for a young man. Got to travel the world. The money is okay, and everywhere we went, we got to trash the place. We drove a 900-ton ship onto a coral reef one time. We dropped hundreds of tons of plastic waste over the side. We dropped engine blocks.
I see why now you're into sustainability.
Well, I've been around and I've seen stuff. I've worked in copper mines, I've worked on tuna boats. So I've it's what I call the coal face. I go to the coal face, I get experience, and that informs me, and it really makes me understand what I read in the newspapers and when I read technical reports about plastics in the ocean. And I'm thinking, I remember, when I was 20, off the coast of Taiwan with plastic bags in the ocean.
Because you see those things about like fishermen saying there's just no fish left anymore.
Oh, it's just...
And it's just too hard to even like comprehend it. You just go, oh, that's horrible. But
look, sustainability is mate. If you start having a bit of a look into it, you very quickly it's like, wow, there's nothing that we haven't touched on the planet. Okay, I mean, and that's part of just being on the planet. The Romans, you can actually find lead in the ice in Antarctica from the Roman times because everything cycles on the planet. Nothing stays in the same place. We've got this issue with plastics in the ocean. We've got 20 million tons of plastics washing into the ocean every year, and it doesn't go away. There's plenty of animals want to eat it, but nothing can digest it. So the news just the other day was a big sperm whale washed up dead on a beach in Holland. Its belly is full of plastics.
They just ban plastic bags down in Tasman.
They should ban plastic bags, man. They should move to bioplastic bags, biodegradable plastic bags.
For about 10 seconds when I was checking out of Coles, I was really pissed off that I couldn't get a plastic bag. Yeah. And then, walking home, I was like, that's actually really good.
Look, the plastic bag is not the issue per se. It's the fact that it's non-biodegradable. That's the issue. Yeah. The fact that when you make a plastic bag, it sticks around forever and ever. In the oceans, what happens, they don't biodegrade, they photodegrade, which means eventually the bits of plastic get smaller and smaller and smaller, until eventually the plastic is so tiny that the smallest organisms can try to eat it. Now once it gets into the smallest parts of the food chain, like the plankton, once the plankton are eating these microplastics, then everything has got microplastics throughout it. Yes. So these microplastics are turning up, the compounds in them are turning up in our seafood. Anyway, so don't get me started, because that's just one of 30 different things that's going on the planet. And in the meantime, the humans are just not getting it. Okay, they're just not getting it. And this is why I'm here trying to do pop culture. I'm trying to make sustainability popular.
That's awesome, man. I really like that. Respect.
That's good.
All right, I better go. I think it's almost time for these hordes of cosplayers to flood in, so I better go and set up my little stall there. But thanks for having a chat.
That's great. I look forward to seeing that little the YouTube.
Yeah. Do you have a business card or something? Oh, you lost all your business cards yesterday.
Don't ask me that. But I have got one of these beautiful little intervene.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I'll take that.
I'll come and get a card off you later.
Yeah.
Thanks, Pete.
Yeah, thanks very much. Cool. Really nice to chat to you.